Hello sewmates, you're welcome to today's class. Today we are going to be learning about how to make this beautiful handkerchief open back top. Now if you want to know how to make the skirt that I'm wearing also, I will be dropping the link above, but for today we are focusing on just the top. This is a very simple top that you can make in 15 minutes. Yes, I said so, 15 minutes. So far you know what to do. By the way, if you're watching me for the first time, please don't make this your last. So stay subscribed, please like, drop your comment, and let's go. To make this handkerchief strappy top, you only need about half yard of fabric. However, if you don't want a situation where you're struggling with getting enough fabric for the straps,
then you can use 1 yard.
The kinds of fabric that will be suitable for this would be silky fabric, very light scuba, chiffon, and basically light fabrics.
The important measurement you need in making this top is your bust measurement, because that's the biggest part of the top. So you are going to be taking note of your bust measurement and you will divide it into 2. For my client, the bust divided by 2 would give us 17 inches. So right now we are going to be making a square of 17 inches. That means every part of our square would be 17 inches. So whatever your bust measurement is, you divide it into 2 and you create a square with that. Bear in mind that if you want a top that is more skimpy than this, that is a top that the side boobs would be showing, instead of using the 17 inches, for instance, you can use like 15 inches, because the smaller the square is, the smaller the top would be. But for this particular one, we are using 17 inches. So right now I'm taking my measurement, ensuring that I have a complete square of 17 inches. After that, we would move over to the cutting of the straps. For that, I'm making use of width 2 inches. Now for the length, there is no particular measurement for that, as it is ultimately dependent on how long or short you want the straps to be.
So we have length of about 100 inches. So that's that. You can decide to make yours shorter or longer. It just depends on you. By the way, if you're not able to get enough long fabric like this, you can always cut and join. The most important thing is you have enough strap. So now that we've cut out, we are going to be going to our sewing machine, because we are done with the cutting of this design. By the way, if you don't want to use any of these other kinds of fabrics, you can get a scarf. This is a very simple style that you can just tweak. You can use a scarf and you're good to go. Take note that if you're using maybe a scarf or a fabric that is very transparent, it may be helpful for you to double it. So if that's your case, like for me now, I'm okay with this texture of this fabric. But if your fabric is very transparent, instead of doing just one part of this, you will do double. Then you double it and sew it as one. But I'm okay with the texture of this fabric, so we're going to be doing it like that. So for the sewing, the first thing we're going to be doing is to turn this over. Now you can turn this over using your bias, or you can just fold it lightly. So you fold it once, then a second time, and that's just it. So the point is, for the edges, we're going to be making everything quite trim and neat, so that all of these things would not be showing in our top. Then of course we'll do the same thing for this. We would fold like this and we'll sew, then turn it out. There is something I always do to ensure that by the time I'm turning it over, each edge would be very neat. So right now, one edge has been sewn. As I'm sewing it, once I reach the middle, by the way, for this one I've actually passed the middle, but I'll still do it. So let's just assume this is the middle of the rope. Instead of me to sew it, I would leave a space. I've left there's a space in the middle here. I stopped sewing here and I left the space. Then I'll continue the sewing and tack it. Then I'll show you how to turn it inside out and stitch this opening. This is just to ensure that by the time I'm done with this strap, both edges will be very neat. So at this point, you could use a safety pin, a pen, anything you can. I'm using this pen to push it out. So the goal is just to turn it in, and as you're pushing, you'll be dragging it. By the time you reach the middle or wherever, you will now bring it square. We are going to turn it in a diagonal manner because that is exactly how our top is going to look like. And this is this. And at this point, you're going to decide on which part you want to be the top and which part you want to be the side. So it just depends on you because there are no particular ways of deciding it. Now once you've decided on that, like I've done right now, you would take one part and you are going to fold it. The folding is very simple, so you're just going to fold once and we are going to be sewing across that part. So we are going to be using our pin to hold it down, and that is the same thing we are going to do for each of the sides. You just fold once and you sew, and that is just that. We've gone to our sewing machine and we have sewn the 4 sides, so that's just that. Then right now we are going to be imputing our straps on each of the sides except the part we want to have as the bottom. So I'll show you how we do that. So this is it. I finished making it and turning it over. This is just it. Now you get your strap, you turn it over to the back and you fix it. So let's see which side I want to be my side and which side I want to be my top. Yeah, I think it's okay like this. So you start with the top, or the part you want to have as your top. You could use your safety pin for this or your hand, as mine seems to be working. So yeah. Now that I've located my neckline, I will ensure that it's equally distributed. So, see what I was saying about the hem. It's so neat. You can't even see where I joined it. So this is this. As you can see, this will be the sides. So what we are going to do is to have a crisscross. So you can decide what you want. You can make it just normal, but of course I want crisscross. So we'll be doing the same thing here, using our safety pin. It's better to use a safety pin than your hand. Well, as I said, I don't have a safety pin. So this goes like this. Then I'm going to do the same thing right here. Don't be shy, go in, go in. And this concludes it. So ease it, and that's it. So when you want to wear it, of course, you just put your head and tie it, and that's it. So that's it about the making of this beautiful top, as I said. So if you want to learn how to make more trending pieces, I'm going to be linking up the next video, especially for this skirt, and of course many other tutorials that we release. We release sewing videos every week, so I would advise you to stay subscribed to the channel, like the video, comment, and
Bye.